What's up, YouTube? Juggernaut Maximum here. Coming at you guys with what I promised was my Nova Grappler deck profile. If you guys watched my, what was it? My Grandbook deck profile, excuse me. I did say something about I would be posting up my Nova Grappler deck profile soon. I will be taking it to locals this coming weekend. Which is, well, if I don't take it this coming weekend, it'll be the following weekend. And I'll give you guys a report on how it did, so on and so forth. Like I said, Nova Grappler is my favorite clan before. It's just something I really enjoy playing. I was testing it out a little bit this weekend against my friend and his Gold Paladin deck, and it did extremely well. Like, I think I maybe lost 1 or 2 games, and we played like 9 or 10 games, and I lost 1 or 2 of them. So I was really impressed with how well the deck did as well, and just how easy the rows were to set up. And then if you hit something, which was relatively easy for this deck to do, everything just restood. Which I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a little bit as I go through the deck profile. Like I said, I am going to explain some things that need to be explained, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Before I get into it, I will say I'm probably going to discuss here relatively soon the Death Army archetype, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but the Death Army stuff that's soon to come. I'm going to talk about those, what I think about them. I will definitely be playing the deck when it comes out. I think it's really, really good. But yeah, let's just get into the deck profile. So your starter is Beast Deity White Tiger. At the moment, we really don't have another starter better than him. And it's mainly because if I put him in the rear guard, I'm able to stand up one of my Azure Dragons, which you'll see how many I run and so on and so forth, and I'll explain it a little bit. But it's a decent 5k boost. I mean, at worst, you can just get rid of him for some booster that you can use, which I've done a couple times. But I've also used his effect a couple times, so he is pretty useful. So your starter, like I said again, is Beast Deity White Tiger. Then the trigger lineup. I play 6 criticals. For the damage unflipper, I really haven't really used it to unflip damage, but I figure this one would be nicer to have. The 4K boost is really not that big of a deal. So yeah, 6 criticals. I play 4 draw. I just feel like you need to be able to draw with this deck. Getting stuff to hand is relatively important. And then I only play 2 stands, and I play cannonballs instead of like Turbo Riser or Battle Riser. I just feel like with stand triggers, I don't want to be sending 10k shields back to my deck. So I'd rather just play 2 of a standard 5k stand trigger. Obviously still be able to stand my stuff, but also have a 10k shield that I can use if I need it. So yeah, there's that. And then of course you have your 4 heal triggers. Have to play 4 heal triggers, of course. Then we get into the grade 1s. I play 4 Tough Boy. Basically have to. He is your standard 8k boost. Play 4 Death Army Guy. Can't say enough about Death Army Guy. His ability to restand himself is really good. I play 2 Shouts. It's a nice first turn ride, where if I have something in my hand that I don't want, like let's say I drew a draw trigger in my opening hand, I can just tap him, discard that draw trigger, and hopefully draw into like something like if I don't have a grade 3 in my hand, or if I'm looking for a grade 2 or whatever, I can hopefully get to it through Shout. And then he's also a 7k boost, which is good. I just felt like any of the other grade 1s really just didn't do much for the deck, so I felt Shout was good in certain situations to have. And then the final grade 1s are your 4 Perfect Guards, which are Twin Blader. Onto the grade 2s, I play 4 Death Army Lady. Setting up the row of Death Army Lady with Death Army Guy is ridiculous. Just being able to restand herself and, oh, sorry guys, being able to restand herself, and then her boost restands, so it's a 16k swing twice, which is one of the magic numbers. It's just really, really good. Um, there's really not much I can say about Death Army Lady. She just does work. I mean, that's really all I can say. She does work. She's just really good. I got her out a lot when I was playtesting, and most of the time when I had her out, she would either obviously take attacks away from the Vanguard or just put, like I said, put in work. And there were a few times where I had the Death Army Lady and Death Army Guy row up. So 4 of these, you basically have to play 4 of these in any Nova Grappler deck, in my opinion. I play 3 Jack. I want to say I liked it, but at the same time, I felt it was kind of clumpy as well. Um, don't get me wrong, Jack is really good, and he does use up counterblasts that I don't normally use because this deck really does not counterblast all that much. When it comes to the Death Army stuff, I'm probably not gonna run these just because you really don't need to. But Jack's decent. Like I said, there's really not anything that you use your counterblast for other than him. So yeah, 3 Jacks. And then I have a couple 2-ofs. I play 2 King of Sword, standard 10k beater. He's decent. I mean, there's really not much else I can say. King of Sword's okay. And then 2 Magician Girl Carrara. Mainly because I don't use my counterblast that much. She's nice to have because I can just draw an extra card, and advantage is always good, obviously. So she's good. But I felt like more than 2 would be too much because I only want her for her counterblast and then to intercept for something. And then you get to the grade 3s, which is basically the linchpin of this deck. I play 4 Zerkaiser. Obviously, the best Nova Grappler grade 3 until we get the Death Army grade 3. Whatever his name is, the big Cosmo Lord dude. But even then, he's still one of the better ones. Or he'll be either tied for the best or the second best grade 3 that we have. His ability to restand rear guards is just amazing once you hit a drive check of grade 3. Which is why this deck is so good. Because I have him out, and then I have Death Army guys and Death Army ladies out, and I just win the game. Like, it's really that simple. I restand stuff, I restand themselves, and just win. Like, that's really what you do. You get extra attacks, and it helps you get rid of your opponent's guard, so in the following turns, your damage is going to get through. So, yeah. 4 Zerkaiser. And then 4 Beast Deity Azure Dragon. Mainly because he's an 11k. Oh, which is another thing I forgot to say about Azure Kaiser. He's 11k, which is huge. It forces out more guards, so yeah. But like I was saying with the Azure Dragon, he's better in the rear guard in my opinion, mainly because I want to be able to restand him with White Tiger. However, if I do have to ride him, his ability, or his Persona Blast ability, is still pretty decent. The fact that you can just discard a dead one that's sitting in your hand to restand 2 units is also very big. Because if you don't get to a Zerkaiser, you need other ways to restand your rows. And like if you have the Death Army row, and you hit a grade 3, you can restand the stuff by itself. And then if you have another row that you need to stand, and if you already have the Azure Dragon in hand, obviously, you can just discard it and restand another row, and that's 2 more attacks yet again. I mean, that's really all I can say about Beast Deity Azure Dragon. He's really good. However, when the Death Army stuff comes out, I honestly think the Death Army deck is going to be far superior to the deck built the way it is right now. However, we don't have the stuff yet, and we won't have it for a little bit. I think December is when we're supposed to be getting it. Well, actually, December is only a couple weeks away, so. But I believe that's when we are getting the new stuff. It's either that or I can't remember. No, no, we don't have a release date for the Death Army stuff yet. So yeah. So that is the deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I will have a tournament report once I actually get to locals. Really depends on what I'm doing. There's really not much else I can say. The deck's really good. Like I said, I did test it a little bit, and it tested out really well. And I suggest you guys try it. It's one of those decks that not a lot of people are looking at. Like obviously, I don't think it's as good as Gold Paladins. Just the fact that I was playing them and competing with them, really, you know, it really made me happy that I felt like it could compete. Um, yeah, I mean, there's really not much else I can say. The deck is very underrated. That's probably the best way to put it. I think the deck is really underrated, and it has a shot to do really well. So yeah. As always, guys, I really do appreciate watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. All right, peace out.